Welcome, everyone. Greetings and welcome to the CODEC Show. Actually, let's give a hand for the CODEC Show. Fall semester 2017, first episode for the fall, actually episode number 12. So my name is Peter James. I am an associate professor here on campus. I'm also the faculty advisor for the College of DuPage Entrepreneurship Club. So again, welcome you all, our studio guests, but also welcome those who are watching on YouTube. So a little bit about the club. Again, my name is Peter James, and we are located here on the beautiful campus of the College of DuPage, one of the largest two-year community colleges in the United States, located in Glen Ellen, Illinois. Many programs, many activities. One of the things I have to give a shout out to is our business management and marketing department. Many of you have taken business management or marketing classes here. Our professors are Professor Carlson, Elliman, Murtaugh, Payne, and Tungle here on campus, our full-time professors. And we actually have an adjunct professor over there, Tom Gush. Tom, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Peter.
Good. Thank you for coming. And again, thank you all for being here. So at CODEC, our goal, of course, is to expose students and local community members to entrepreneurs and small business owners. By them sharing their story, we'll show how entrepreneurship is definitely an option when your education is complete. And so, of course, here we're bringing entrepreneurs to you. This is your chance to ask questions, and also for our folks watching to hear about our entrepreneurs in the local community and how they may be able to influence you. And I do more or less an interview with the entrepreneur, so we have a great guest today as well. The club has evolved. This is our third year in our new format, actually our second year just being televised as well. We have new students, new leadership, and definitely more food. So let's give a hand for food. So without further ado, today we have a treat. We have a special guest here, Quashawn Jones. Am I saying your name right,
Yes,
Quashawn?
Oh, yes, sir.
Quashawn actually interviewed me for his YouTube channel not too long ago, so I asked him to return the favor, and I'm kind of excited about it because Quashawn is a recent college graduate who decided to start his own gig. And so many of you don't even know where to start, so now is just an opportunity to hear how he started on this journey and maybe even ask him a few questions about how he did that as well. So Quashawn, welcome first and foremost.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Beautiful day in the Chicagoland area here
Yes,
as well.
sir.
I think it's going to be like the 80s the next few days, which is kind of weird for September. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Quashawn. Where are you from originally? How long you been there and stuff like that as well, if you don't mind.
Definitely. Well, I am from Matson, so it's south suburbs, and I'm 22 years old. I recently just graduated from Valdosta State University, which is in South Georgia, and just as some trivia, not trivia, but just something to throw in, I actually got fired today from my job. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, very interesting.
So thank you for coming here right after you got fired. So let me just get you a drink before we start down this interview.
I'll join you.
So tell us about, you mind, that's kind of something weird, so tell us about the job. Can you share?
I can definitely share.
So what happened? Do you
Well,
mind sharing that?
I don't mind at all.
Okay, great.
Well, I was just a regular day. I was coming in, and I'm with a temp agency right now,
Yeah.
and I'm in manufacturing. So, I go in like it's a normal day, and the boss calls me in, and he says, "Have you got in contact with the temp agency?" And I said, "No. Why?" Well, he's like, "Well, you should get in contact with them. How about you just clock out for the day, and get in contact with them, and we'll talk." So I say, okay, I didn't really think anything of it. I thought, maybe they're gonna offer me the job or something like that. And so I clock out and I call the temp agency and they say, well, due to your performance, they decided to let you go. And it wasn't a big surprise to me because that wasn't something that I wanted to do anyway. So a lot of us with jobs, like we'll work a job just for the paycheck, or we'll work a job just because it's something to do. And that was actually my feeling. Like, I'd be coming to work every day just with the I don't care attitude, the I don't care mentality. So it really didn't do anything for me. And even when they fired me, I just was kind of excited because to me that adds to my success story.
Wow.
So now when people, ask about me or ask, okay, so what have you been through? I can tell them, I'm in the beginning stages now, but I see so far in the future that I don't let these little obstacles stop me.
Wow, this is a great story. This is getting juicier and juicier, man. So now let's back up a little bit. So tell us about your business that you've actually been working on the side, that you've trying to get momentum on, that kind of allows you to get the feeling that you have right now. So tell us give us a little background on your business.
Definitely. So I have a YouTube channel that I just started up in May. It's called The Enlightened Society. And what it's geared towards inspiring people to follow their dreams instead of just diving into a mundane, routine, monotonous type of lifestyle. Do something that you're passionate about. Do something that you want to do, because life is just too short. And I mean, you only get one shot at it, so why not just go for it all? And I'm doing different things on the channel. I do interviews, I do book reviews, and I'm going to be doing social experiments as well. I believe it is a channel that will be very, very interesting and very, very enlightening on different perspectives.
Very interesting. So you had your gig that you were working, and then you had this side gig as well. Tell us about that journey. How was that, doing both of those? Was it challenging? I know students here, so a lot of them work, a lot of them go to school, and they kind of. I'm interested in how that worked out for you.
Okay, well, and I can even definitely go back to even when I was in school.
Please.
When I was in school, I was working as well, part-time, and in between classes, still had to study, and really didn't have too much of a social life. Simply because I was really determined to graduate, because while I was in school, I got the idea for this business that I'm doing now, and I wanted to dive in and start doing it so bad that I said, you know what, once I graduate, that's it. Like, I'm jumping head first and I'm not waiting. So I really buckled down on my studies, really made sure that I was doing everything possible to graduate on time so that I can go ahead and start this channel. But with working, it was really a lot of sacrifice.
Sure.
With friends or family, sometimes you may want to go out to a party, or sometimes you may want to go out and just hang out, just relax. But sometimes there's something that your business needs, or there's something that maybe some extra studying that you need to do, that you need to do. And if you don't do it, then you won't perform like you would want to on a test. So a lot of those sacrifices I had to make just for the betterment of my future.
Yeah. So it's an interesting story, and those of you who are here in the studio audience, please take this opportunity, because some of you may have been where Quashawn was and are thinking about starting your business, and maybe you're kind of hesitating a little bit because you don't know where exactly to start, or how to start for that matter. So you're in college and you got the idea. Did you take an entrepreneurship class? What did you do? Did you just jump into it? How'd you get there?
Well, for me, I was learning,
Yeah.
I love to learn. I was watching different YouTube videos from different people, different motivators, Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Gary Vaynerchuk, and I was just watching what these guys were doing, and it really gave me a spark.
Yeah.
And, I said, that's what I want to do to people. I want to be able to give them a spark to throw them into action so they can take action. And from that, I said, well, if this is something that I want to do, why not just go ahead and do it? It doesn't matter if I have the plan or not. I didn't really have a clear-cut strategy, but I knew that I wanted to do something along those lines. So I just jumped in and did it. And as I start to do it, I started to get more and more ideas about different things to do, which was great.
I'm a big advocate, and I even teach that jumping in is probably the best way to begin your business. Even when you don't know everything, a lot of us think we have to know so much, and we have to be competitive for that matter, but we really don't. I think jumping in and actually failing is the best teacher overall as well. So how did you get started? Many of us are kind of afraid of the YouTube thing and the camera. How did you get started with the camera? I mean, you decided to put your phone up and start talking, or was it more detailed than that?
Well, it's funny because I was doing videos back in 2012.
Okay.
Years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. But I didn't post those videos because those were just more so for fun.
Sure.
So it started out as a hobby. So many of you have hobbies and you don't really think that you can turn them into a business. You don't really think you can turn them into something more than just a hobby, but that's exactly what I did. Doing videos was just something that I enjoyed doing. It was something that I really didn't think about as far as long term. And, I just thought, well, if everybody else has YouTube channels and everybody else putting out their videos, why can't I put out my videos, and why can't I just, create content?
Absolutely.
So I decided to go ahead and actually put out the videos. And the main thing for me was really not taking into consideration other people's opinions, because a lot of times you may get naysayers that say, well, you should think about that before you do that, or I don't think that you should go that route. But it was something that I was passionate about. So no matter who told me what, I was going to do it no matter what.
Yeah, interesting. No one's got questions? Who's going to be brave enough to ask the first question?
Yes, sir. I see.
Okay, we got one here, then we got one here. Let's go here first.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm glad. That's a great question. So I have one social experiment up there so far, and that is me sleeping under a bridge. And yeah, and the reason why I did that was because it goes along with a homeless segment that I did. So are you guys familiar with Tent City? Anyone in here familiar with Tent City? Yeah. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, it is, I believe, under the Lawrence Ave Bridge up in Chicago by Lake Shore Drive. And these people are sleeping under the bridge, and this is their reality. This is their day-to-day life. So what I decided to do was, why not just try to put myself in their shoes just for a day, not even a day, just for a night, and really see, how it is to sleep under a bridge. And it was really enlightening to me just to do that. Once I got back home, I was so much more grateful for a pillow. I was, so much more grateful for covers, things that we take for granted each and every day that these people have to go each and every day without. It was just really refreshing to have those things back again. So
that's interesting. That's true.
Thank you for that
question.
question.
Got a question over here. Make sure you speak up.
Well, being that I started in May, I have 40 subscribers right now, but it's each one that really counts. So it's really like just enjoying the growth of the channel, because I know a lot of times we can get discouraged because, oh, I don't have 100,000 subscribers yet. What's going on? I don't have any viral videos yet. But it's through the interactions with different people. It's through the contact with different people and the sharing of the ideas that really makes it all worth the while.
And every channel starts with one, for sure. So.
Well, I actually plan on growing the business from the YouTube channel. And I was talking to Will, and I was thinking maybe I could even have a personal development consulting business. But again, as I was talking with Will, there's so many different things that I can do from this YouTube channel. It's like the options are limitless. Like, we live in a very unique time where you can create your own job. Like, if I wanted to, I can say I'm a YouTube strategist, I'm a YouTube campaign strategist. And I'm pretty sure I could get some people to buy into that and say, well, okay, how did you grow your channel? And I can, have fees to consult them on doing that. So it's really about, your mindset and what you want to do.
It is a mindset thing for sure, who's your target market? So you set up your YouTube channel. You got a lot of different guests, but then you also have a lot of different topics. Who do you think you're targeting specifically? I'm big on having a solid niche. Who is it for you?
That's a great question. I get that question a lot.
Sure.
And I always just say my target market would be entrepreneurs, okay. People that have ideas and great dreams, great visions, but they just haven't acted upon those visions.
Okay.
And that can be anyone. It's not really a specific set person. Anyone can have an idea, anyone can have a vision, and it doesn't matter what age, the age ranges. So for me, my target market would be the entrepreneur.
Good stuff. A couple more questions. Who's in your circle? Do you have advisors, mentors, friends who kind of advise you on what steps to take next? I'm a big advocate of that also. Who do you rely on? And it could be virtual for that matter.
Definitely. I would say the people that I have interviewed for my YouTube channel, I would lean on those people as my mentors because they took the time out of their day and the time out of their lives just to help me with something that I'm doing. And really that means a lot to me because I've even had some family members that I've tried to ask to be on the channel and, you know, they haven't really responded as quickly as some other people would have responded. So it's really just refreshing to have people that genuinely care and will genuinely help you get to where you're trying to get to.
Who are you looking to be on the YouTube channel? Because we might have some entrepreneurs here who might love to jump at the opportunity to help you out, but also to benefit their brand for that matter. Who's your ideal candidate?
That's great. Anybody that is willing to work with me. And you know, if we have synergy, then I'm welcoming. I'm open to have you on the channel. And I would actually, you know, if you guys would like to be on the channel, that's something that I could discuss with you all after this.
Absolutely. Another question from this gentleman over here. Yes.
What's been my greatest moment of success? Wow. I would say my greatest moment of success is probably just seeing my own personal growth throughout the whole journey. Just seeing, you know, how my mindset has changed, how I'm able to handle things differently, and how I think about things. Like if you were to tell me maybe 4 or 5 years ago that I would be happy about being fired, I'd probably look at you and laugh. But you know, now today I can really actually genuinely laugh at being fired, and it's pretty funny to me. But to other people, you know, like I told my mom today, and she's kind of looking like I'm calling the mental institute right now. But you know, it's just a different mindset that I have, and it's really like just seeing where I am today is just so so interesting.
Good stuff. Any other questions? I got one more question before we finish up. Nobody's.
I do not use those yet. Right as of now, I'm just using Square Cash. Okay. Yes, sir.
And for those.
Is that through Squarespace?
I believe it's through Square.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who are not understanding what he asked, he was asking about how he does financial transactions online. So he's using Square as well. So you know, I'm big on this whole entrepreneurial mindset. I talk a lot about it in my classes as well. But now I want to kind of take you back again a few more years, and you know, we have a lot of freshmen and sophomores here, maybe even some juniors here for that matter. If you were college age all over again a few years back, and knowing then what you know now, what would you do different? And I think that might benefit our audience there, and even those of us who are watching on YouTube. What would you do different, or what advice would you give for students where they are sitting right now? Some of them working, some of them not, who have entrepreneurial aspirations.
That is a great question. And I'm not too far from the college age. I mean, I'm 22, so it may be some people in here older than me as of now. But what would I do differently?
Yeah. Or what would you advise to them for that matter? What if you were sitting in their shoes? How would you get started? What would be your advice?
Well, to answer your first question, I don't think I would do anything differently.
Okay.
Because it got me to where I am today.
Sure.
Which I am actually happy with. My advice would be to just be yourself. And I know that may be a cliche. You may have heard it over and over and time again, but it's a cliche for a reason. So like when you are true to yourself and you're aware of yourself, you're just able to do so much more with your life.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, let's give Quashawn a hand. And this concludes our first episode for the fall of 2017. Thank you all here in the studio audience for coming, and those of you watching, thank you. Give a listen to this video later on. Again, it's very inspirational. And also don't forget about our social media, our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Facebook links as well. And also we're going to have our Quashawns social media links and his YouTube channel also posted up there as well.
Definitely. So the YouTube channel is The Enlightened Society, ENLIGHTENED Society. And I just have the YouTube channel up as of now.
And we'll make sure we put a link up to it as well on
Perfect.
there. Chris, thank you so much for that. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time.